Alright guys, so just had a bit of a break and had a coffee inside, and I thought I'd write a bit of a list of what we got going on and things that we need to complete. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity to recap with the costs so far with getting this XE Falcon on the road. So the car costs $4,000 plus a couple extra $100 sort of thing to get it from Shepparton to Dandenong. So far we've spent about $3,000 on the car, which brings it to about seven and a half odd thousand. So a lot of the things that we've done to get this car on the road basically have sort of been around the underneath of the car, trailing arms, bushes. A large expense was getting the power steering pump reconditioned at about $500 odd. The issue that we had with the indicators not working was nothing to do with anything mechanical, but what actually had happened was the loom had been cut. So part of the center console, which I'll show you in just a second, was completely missing. Look, I think for what it is, I think the car is probably a little bit closer to OEM than it is a muscle car. OEM being sort of like original. So I think actually for this car, my idea is to really make it as original as possible, which means I would like to keep the mud flaps on it. I'm going to keep the original engine. It's an EFI 250 crossflow. It feels slower than the XD with the carby, but this car's quite pleasant to drive. It starts most of the time first go, if not second go sort of thing. I've never had a real issue with it, but I really haven't driven it too much. I've been driving it to and from work on an unregistered permit, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah, so let's go through a few things that we're going to do and complete that I would like to complete. So I'm missing one mud flap, one chrome surround on the tail light. I'm thinking about Venetian blinds. I want to clear the headlights and make them a lot clearer. You can get some sort of stuff with a little bit of grit in it and you can clean those up. I want to change these seat belts, recolor the interior, trim the plastic stuff over here. I'd love to get ESP wheels, but I think they're out of the budget. Take off the side trims. That's only really for a respray, and I'd put them back on. It's those plastic bits on the side of the car. The lens up here is missing, which I will put that back on. I'd like to get center console cup holders, which is an eBay special. Floor mats, the beaver panel, which I showed you before. All of these cars have crappy beaver panels. Door belts, the inner and outer, which always get really hard and brittle. Indicator lenses. Gonna replace the door handles. Door locks, which are these things here. So I'd like to get some speakers and a head unit, and I'd like to get the heating and cooling sorted, which I never did in the XD, and I just freeze my ass off and I don't really care. But this car is pretty much stock. It's got a stock tailpipe, everything like that. So I would love to get it looking completely stocko and schmick. And what I would actually like to do is I'd like to try to get it into like a TV show or a movie or something like that. I remember seeing on the web there was a bloke that you could, like an agency that you could submit your car in. But I think that, yeah, this car would be pretty cool if you could see it in a TV show or something to that effect. So I'd like to try for something like that. I'm not going to take the engine out of this one. I just want to keep it stock and yeah, as good, make it as good as I can. So that's the idea anyway. So enough jibber jabbering. Let's get back to work, I reckon. Here's what I was missing when I got the car, and all the wires had been cut on the inside. Somebody had sort of taken out the speakers and head unit and stuff like that, but snipped all of the wires when they went to go do that. So this whole thing was missing, but now I've got a clock, which I'm pretty happy about. All right, here's my box of goodies. Door handles. I've got the interior lens, which we can do right now. Guess what? I've also got the indicators. Alrighty. What the hell, doesn't even fit? Oh, I know why. Bit of the plastic's still broken in there. Get out. It's a shit fit, but anyway, whatever, who gives a fuck. That was easy. Yeah, it's all cracked. Not bad. Not good. I don't think I've got that right. I mean, I guess. Blah! Look at all that. Bit better. Yeah, lens. Indicator lenses. Door handles. Door locks. These are the things I'm talking about. That side doesn't have it. And I want to change the seat belts, but when I do that, I'll take off the trims and I need to spray them, so that's recolor interior trim. I don't really want to do that because I've got no paint, so I'm going to pull everything apart, which involves taking the seats out and everything, and I want to recolor all that stuff, and over here, and blah, 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 and over here. The issue with the seat belt is it doesn't really retract. To me, it's not really roadworthy, even though it'll pass. It's pretty shit house. But what I can do is the stalk down here, I can replace, because right now this thing here is broken. And so when I try to put that in, it just slips straight out. So maybe we'll see whether we can change the stalk, and maybe that will make it work. All right, so I got the seatbelt kit here. Premium range. Ooh, it's not this one that I want. I actually want this one. Left-hand bucket. This is what I'm looking for. Why is there electrical cables? Of course, it doesn't fit. Life sucks. The smaller buckle. Why? Well, there goes that idea. So that means I'll have to take out the seats and everything. I'm gonna wait for my interior paint to come, and then we'll tackle the job all in one go. For now, that can just live back over there and over there. I'm back at work. This thing's back in the factory, and yeah, I had some fun driving it to and from work to home. I was probably driving it too much. I mean, I was driving it almost every day. This thing purrs like an absolute kitten or a beast, depending on who you are, I suppose, and what you think. But anyway, so I've got my list in here, so I'll just show you what I've got left. This door handle is like on its last leg, so I don't think that even works. So I'm gonna go around this way. Yeah, all right, so here's the list that I was sort of looking at before. So I've got to change the seat belts. I've got some paint coming to do the interior trim, to recolor it. ESP wheels, that's a dream because I don't have enough money for that. Take off the side trims, which we're going to do. Center console cup holders, that's a bit of a dream at the moment. I've got a few floor mats in there. The beaver panel needs to be replaced. The door belts, which is a big job. I've got to do the XD as well, so we'll do that all at one time. Same with the door handles. Door locks I've ordered. Speakers and head unit I've ordered. But I think the biggest thing with this thing is I've been driving it and there's some like rust spots. Come have a look over here. Like, that's getting even worse. All that surface rust. There's more on the boot lid if you look over here. That one there and that one there. In Melbourne we've had some wild weather, so it's been raining and it's been getting even more rusty. So I reckon what we need to do is we need to give this thing a respray. Probably even before I get it registered, I'm going to respray it. So which means like in the next 2 weeks I've got to do something. So I don't know whether I'm up for the challenge, but it is a long weekend, so stay tuned for the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Thanks a lot. Mate, I tell you what, these bloody doors and door handles. Third time lucky.